Welcome, brothers and sisters of Spirit of Brotherhood Church. My name is Pamela Valdez, and I am a member of the Restoration Ministry here at SBC. Thank you for tuning in to today's video titled Choosing Faith Over Fear. We're going to be identifying coping strategies that can help you manage your symptoms of anxiety because that's essential for wellness. In today's video, we will be learning about effective ways to manage anxiety with faith-based practices that can feel like a literal lifeline in a moment of crisis. We will discuss a couple of effective anxiety management strategies which you can utilize to help you with emotional regulation during a state of heightened fear, worry, or anxiety. Now, learning to choose faith over fear begins with us intentionally dwelling with God, allowing His presence to be the air that we breathe, right? And His word, our daily bread. Living a life of contemplation unto the Lord will help keep us grounded, allowing our minds to be reminded that God is good, that He is our refuge, a strong tower, our safe space, and literal rest for our weary souls. Because God created our nervous system, He alone knows the capacity that we have available for us in any given day. And so becoming emotionally dysregulated is an opportunity for us to return into attunement with our emotions, but also with God. As we build self-awareness, we can begin to make connections between our symptoms and chronic stressors. And the way that we build or grow our self-awareness is to take a pause and ask ourselves, how am I feeling in this very given moment? Name the actual feeling that you are experiencing in that particular moment, right? And you'll notice that at times our symptoms may be physical, like chronic headaches, upset stomach, a knot in the throat, rapid heart beating or a rapid heartbeat. And other times they could be cognitive in the form of negative thoughts that only worsen or prolong anxiety. But we can counterattack anxiety by challenging or reframing negative thoughts that are loaded with what if, worst case scenarios to even if. Even if the worst were to happen, I will be okay because the Lord is with me. He is my ever-present help in times of need. Also, it helps to ask ourselves, what's actually within my control versus what is outside of my control in this situation? And we can choose to hold ourselves accountable for the things that we can do to help our situations, and then choose to surrender what we cannot control up to the Lord in faith. Another super useful tool is engaging in deep breathing exercises. Breathing is how we get oxygen into the body, and the body requires oxygen in order to function. When we have lungs that are restricted, especially under the context of chronic stress, it can be a very real struggle to even take a full breath. And experiencing trouble in our breathing can cause things like brain fog. It can negatively impact your sleep, your energy, your concentration, your memory, and even your engagement with other people. When you engage in deep breathing practices, it's important to exhale for longer than you inhale. So for example, when you're inhaling, you inhale through your nose. You take a very deep breath in like this. You hold that breath for 4 seconds. You can count using your fingers if that helps, or you can count in your mind. And then you release through your lips. I love to tell my clients to pluck their lip as if they had a straw on their lip. And the purpose of deep breathing is that you want to take longer breathing out or exhaling than you are taking breathing in. Right? And so something else that I also love to teach in therapy is that deep breathing is something that you can use as a form of contemplative prayer unto the Lord. When as you're inhaling in, you can inhale in a name of God, right? So He is Jehovah Adonai, and you breathe that in, right? And as you're exhaling, you can choose to exhale a quality, something that you're grateful for, right? Or maybe a negative feeling or emotion that you're you're experiencing at the time. And this could be a great way for you to have emotional release, right? Because emotions are felt in the body. And sometimes we go about our day just grabbing on to different difficult emotions and we're not releasing them in any form. So deep breathing is a kind of contemplative prayer and breath work that can help you be more present before the Lord with both your mind and your attention completely placed towards Him. And let me tell you, friend, that this is also worship. Anxiety does not have the final word. God does. And He has already won. The victory is in Him and in His strength. So draw nearer to Jesus today. God bless you and take care.